Alright, we're looking at Acts chapter 5 now, and this is piggybacking off our previous chapter 4 that ended with talking about justification. Alright, so we're jumping in here. We have been justified through faith, and because of this faith we have that justifies the justification that comes from Jesus. Because of that, we have received peace with God. And basically, remember, Paul started at the very beginning of the chapter talking about the wrath of God coming at us. So because of this peace we have with God now, we no longer have the wrath that is expected of the sinner. So the justification is taking something that was deserving of this wrath, but Jesus justified us basically, and now we are no longer in wrath, but with peace with God. Something that's also interesting to notice here is that we think, and a lot of times we preach that, hey, if you get to know Jesus, your life's going to be perfect, everything's going to work out, you're going to have a great life. But that's not the true case at all. In fact, Jesus calls us and says that we will experience suffering. Suffering is a good thing. If you think about it, suffering is what a lot of us do when we are in school. Suffering is what a lot of us do when we have friends that make fun of us, and all sorts of things that we see, especially in the high schools and middle schools around Chapel Hill. The suffering really produces perseverance, and this is the suffering for the faith. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. Verse 9 we see, since that we have now been justified by His blood, how much more shall we be saved from God's wrath through us? Because of the blood, our connection with Jesus, now this wrath has sort of been subsided. And ultimately we see that Jesus died for the sinners. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. This is a very famous verse, and one that we see here in Romans chapter 5. But while we were still sinners, I would die for somebody that might be good. I might even die for somebody I don't know. But would I die for somebody who is a sinner, who is a horrible person? But Jesus did that. This is sort of the divine humility that we see again, that we've talked about before. Something that Paul goes into is he sort of compares Adam to Christ, and this is called a typology, and this is how he does it. We see Adam, ultimately because of the fall, Adam had law came about, and the law actually causes you to sin, because if there's no law, you can't really do anything wrong, right? So because of Adam, we have the law, and then ultimately sin increases. But even more so than this, because of Jesus, who is our new Adam, a type of Adam, but even greater Adam, because of him, we receive grace because of that. And grace is greater than the law in Paul's understanding, and really our understanding of how it works. And because of this grace, the byproduct, I guess you might call it, is righteousness. So righteousness has sort of replaced this idea of sinning. And that is, my friends, is where we end chapter 6. Very cool stuff. All right, bye.